Hi, everybody. I know it's week number 4 and our class is almost over. I just wanted to make a little video really quickly to give you a couple of reminders and announcements. Sorry that I wasn't able to do a live stream with all of you this week. I'm like right in the heart of all-star softball with my daughter, and it's making my scheduling like really difficult. This is our last week, but it's also the last week for us as well. So I'm sorry about that timing, but I did want to take a couple of minutes just to kind of go over this week and make sure that you're feeling good about it and give you that one last extra credit opportunity, which all of you, if you're watching this video, can attempt. So for this one, we are in week number 4, and I'm going to say this a few times in our short little video tonight. Please remember that our class officially ends this Friday night at 11:59 p.m. And I know that is so confusing. Everything has always been like Monday to Sunday, but the school does set that schedule, not me, and it ends on Friday. So if you email me Saturday, I will feel awful for you, but it will unfortunately be too late. So this is the one week where you really do need to get everything done before that deadline. So please, just please be really mindful that the class does end on Friday night. So for this week, our last 4 chapters are 13, 14, 15, and 16, stress and health, disorders, therapies, and social psych. So make sure, as always, you're doing 3 things for each one: reading the chapter in the ebook, reading through the lecture, and then watching the lecture video. And that's going to be something that's really helpful for you. Oops, sorry, let me make sure I have my video going here so you can see me. But make sure you're doing those 3 things like you've done all of the class so far. As always, you have 2 discussions that are due. So you have discussion 7 and 8. They're our last 2 discussions that we have going on. As always, you have my instructions at the top, followed by a video. Discussion 7 is all about the idea of self-care. And this is something that I'm actually working very closely on right now. I'm writing like a whole book about it. And so I'm gathering some kind of fun ideas from all of you. And if you give me a wonderful image, you never know, it might just be something I reach out to you about to see if you'll let me include it in my book. But you can see some of you have already started doing this. So make sure you do discussion number 7 related to self-care. And then discussion number 8, which is the last discussion that we have for our class, again with my instructions and my video. And this one is on social psychology, looking at random acts of kindness and prejudice and discrimination. So make sure you do those last 2 discussions. You also, I'm going to skip this for 1 second here. You have exam number 4. And just like the other 3 exams you've taken, it's on the ebook site. You have 75 minutes. You get 1 attempt. So make sure that you're ready and organized before you begin. Just like always, I've given you a study guide. So this last exam, it's not cumulative. It's just on this last unit. So chapters 13, 14, 15, and 16. Make sure that you know all of the terms that are on here. If it's on here, it will be on the exam. If it's not, you don't have to worry about it. You can let it go, but make sure that you study and prepare. If you've been doing well on the exams, keep doing the same thing. And if you wish you had done a little better, this might be a good one to consider doing the study guide and having it in front of you and ready to go. And again, look at the deadlines, right? Everything is due by Friday night at 11:59 p.m., which is when our class officially ends. So since I didn't give you a cumulative exam, you do have a small closing assignment worth 25 points. And this is my way of getting you to look back over the semester that we've had together, the 4 weeks we've had, and getting you to kind of reflect without having to test you on it. I've always thought cumulative finals are the worst, so I don't like giving them. So with this, here are the instructions. Underneath it is a list of all of the major concepts that we've covered, just to kind of help you out if you're struggling to narrow it down. And then I also give you a sample. So I'm going to open the sample just to start with here. What I want you to notice is that it follows a very specific format rather than kind of being more of a traditional paper. So you're coming up with a term or a concept, and then you're going to define it, which could be verbatim from the book or lecture. And then you're going to give me like a paragraph talking about how you would apply it. My biggest thing that I'm looking for here is that you can take something that we've covered and apply it to your life in some way. So let's say there was something about memory that stood out to you and thought it might be helpful, like choose that. Or if there was something with conditioning that stood out to you, choose that, right? You're looking at things that you can hopefully take away and following that very specific format. Here is where you can find the instructions and also where you will submit this. You'll hit submit it right here where it says start assignment. And what you can see again is you're choosing 5 terms or concepts that we've covered. You're going to define them and talk about how you would apply them. You're going to number them 1 through 5. This should be roughly like 2 pages or so typed by the time all is said and done. And you're going to upload it right here in Canvas. And I gave you a little rubric right here so you could kind of see how the grade will break down. In general, if you give me 5 appropriate things with great applications, you're going to get full points. If you don't give me quite enough, you'll get 20, and so on. Each concept is worth 5 points. And so make sure you really elaborate, again, like you've been doing in the discussions, to earn those full points. The last thing that you have in this week is there is a little short closing survey. It's totally anonymous, but if you'd like to give me some feedback about something that you liked or didn't like about the class, and you can do that without sharing your name, I would love to hear your thoughts. I'm always trying to make things better. I will, of course, if you're watching this, you found the recording, I posted it right here along with our normal wrap-up checklist. And then let me give you the extra credit question. And this is something that I did write out earlier. So I'm going to kind of zoom in on this right here and highlight it so that hopefully you can see, right? So right here, what are norms, and give me a specific example, right? What are norms, and give me a specific example. And when you're ready to answer that, you'll go right here to extra credit number 4. Up at the top, click start assignment. And then I'm just going to type that here. What are norms, and give me a specific example. Okay. And so you'll answer that and then you'll hit submit, get your confetti burst and trophies. Very exciting. All-star softball trophies. Just kidding. So that is your last opportunity to get those points. Please, one last time, remember that our class does end on Friday night. So please be really mindful of that. Make sure that you get everything from week number 4 done before Friday night to get credit. Again, the discussions, the exam, the closing assignment, and then there's that extra credit and closing survey that are optional. So thank you all so much for a wonderful short class. I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your summer. Looks like it's gonna start getting hot this weekend, which isn't my favorite, but it'll make it feel like summer. So please make sure you get all that done. Friday night, again, is when it ends. Thank you all so much for all of you who joined me every week. If you aren't sick of me, you could always come take a class with me in the fall or the spring out at the college. But thank you, and I hope you have a wonderful summer. And yeah, I hope I see some of you out and about in the world. I'm going to close this up, and then I'll post it here on the website.